Ssentamu. So right now we shall be waiting, because we thought their role is actually to wait and receive their aspirant, but as for now, we have to wait and find out exactly why Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu is not yet here, because we did expect as well that the leader of opposition, that is Joel Sanyonyi, to accompany him. But of course, seeing the Secretary General of the National Unity Platform Party, I think that is also a symbol. He came along with a file. He's actually carrying a file, and we need to find out what is exactly into that file. But of course, not forgetting that today we've so far nominated two candidates. That is Nathan Nandala James Mafabi. He was nominated very early in the morning, and he had everything done. He assured us of doing a few things for the Ugandans. Of course, we wait to see how best he will accomplish whatever he has to. But of course, waiting for the official date of the campaign on 29th. This
the Commission is expecting the next aspirant, as the Commission mentioned. The next aspirant is expected at 2. So we're not having a press briefing now, because the Commission will guide. May I request members of the press that the press briefings take place outside. May I request that the members of the press please retreat and go where the media center is, because we are waiting for the next aspirant. Tayari West. May we please join the rest of the media team where they are.
okubanga bakwasaganya ensonga eyabuuziddwa Secretary General oba President akyali mabeganga bo bazze basobole okubanga bakiryalinga embeera nga bamulindirira, n'ategeeza nti essaawa yonna agenda kubanga atwegattako wano asobole okubeera nga anominatingibwa butereevu mu nsonga eno. Katulindirire ate tulabe embeera nga bwegenda okubanga etambula nga bwe tulindirira omukulembeze w'ekibiina ekya National Unity Platform Robert Ssentamu Kyagulanyi okubanga ajja okubeera nominated.
Protocol team, please lead the next aspirant to the commission. Protocol team, if you are there near, please. Protocol team, lead the next aspirant to the commission. Protocol team, lead the next aspirant to the commission. Protocol team, please lead the next aspirant to the commission. Protocol team, please lead the next aspirant to the commission. The next aspirant is walking in. The next aspirant is walking in. The next aspirant is walking in. Members of the press, please give way to the next aspirant, Mr. Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. The next aspirant, Mr. Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, of the National Unity Platform, is the one that is coming in, Lord Chair and Commission. Please protocol lead the next aspirant to where they should sit. Members of the press, please take your spots where you should be. Members of the press, be where you have always been. You may take your seats, please. Lord Chairperson and members of the Commission, Lord Chair, I hand over to you to take forward this process that you have made take us forward. Thank you.
Our next aspirant to the entourage, welcome. Lubowa, without much ado, I'd like to invite you or your agent to bring forward your papers, nomination papers, for scrutiny and verification. To bring forward your papers, your nomination papers, for scrutiny and verification. Your agent. Thank you. The nominator, can you stand up, please? Nantumbwe Jen is here. Nominator. Seconder, Jago Fred, the seconder. All right. You can remain seated. Okay.
To the people who may be joining this occasion for the first time, here and online, we are at the EC grounds in Lubowa, Weza, in Making the Sabagabo. And this place is the first permanent home for the headquarters of the Electoral Commission in Uganda. And going forward, this is going to be the venue, the place where presidential candidates are nominated, and the set for this 2025-2026 general election being the first ones that have been nominated from grounds that belong to the Electoral Commission, that belong to the people of Uganda, because this is your commission, this is your Electoral Commission. And so those who are watching online and following on TV and other platforms, the Commission has now instructed the technical teams here to verify and check all the particulars that are required of an aspirant for presidential elections, to participate in the presidential elections as a candidate. So that's what the Commission has asked the teams here that are from the legal department of the Commission, the voter data management department, election management, field operations, to check those particulars that are required and they are checking those particulars which the aspirant was informed to bring as they submit their nomination papers. The nomination form filled in triplicate, 3 copies, a declaration of consent that the aspirant consents to being nominated, confirming that the aspirant is a registered voter, is a citizen of Uganda by birth, and confirming, as the Commission said, as required by the law, that the aspirant has got the minimum academic qualifications, that they have attained at least advanced level standard or senior 6. So they are checking to confirm that the aspirant went to school. They are also confirming and checking those other particulars. The certificate indicating that the aspirant obtained the required numbers of supporters as required by the law. That the aspirant has paid the required nomination fee of 20 million shillings. So that's what is happening. That is, yeah. We thank members of the press for keeping the country and citizens of Uganda and everybody that is watching these proceedings, for keeping them informed of what is happening, because this is their exercise. This is the exercise of the people of Uganda, and what the Commission is doing is fulfilling that responsibility that it has. So we thank you, members of the press, for, since yesterday, actually since the roadmap started, the roadmap to the 2025-26 general election was first launched in July 2023, and again revised and relaunched in the presence of stakeholders in August 2024. And over time, a number of milestones on that roadmap have been undertaken, including demarcation of electoral areas at local government level, the organization of polling stations, mapping of persons with disabilities to polling stations, the first major nationwide mapping of persons with disabilities to establish who they are, where they are, what kind of disabilities they have, what needs to be done to ensure that there is greater inclusivity in the electoral process by persons with disabilities. And one of the things that the Commission has done and endeavors to do is to make sure, for instance, that on events of this nature and others, that there is sign language interpretation or translation. And you can see we have Mebo Murunji there for those who understand the language of sign language. And then the Commission undertook the update of the National Voters Register. Period was given when voters who had the opportunity to, those who are not on the register, to register as voters. Those who were new voters to register as new voters after attaining the required age. There was also the opportunity for those who wished to make transfers from one voting location to another to do so as provided for in the law. There was a period for the display of the voters register at the various levels. And fast forward now, we are in this nomination process, which started with nominations at local government level, and elections of special interest groups, the youth, older persons, and persons with disabilities. And now we are here for nominations for the people that are aspiring to the top position in the land. When the roadmap was announced, 23rd and 24th of September looked to be very far, but now we're on the last day, 24th. So you're welcome.
Well, what is happening right now is the commissioners of the Electoral Commission are perusing through the documents of Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, who happens to be the NUP flag bearer and the sixth person today and yesterday who have come at the proposed site for the Electoral Commission headquarters. That is the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Justice Simon Byabakama. I see him doing some mathematics, doing some calculation there, signing papers. Well, this is a tough time because before he pronounces himself that you've been duly, let me just wait for that statement. Maybe he's about to speak. Well, before he pronounces himself, you cannot be very sure because we saw Elton Joseph Mabirizi. Okay, let's listen.
Distinguished guests, we've been scrutinizing and verifying the nomination papers of the aspirant, and we are satisfied he has fulfilled the requirements of the Presidential Elections Act. Therefore, I, Justice Byabakama Mugenyi Simon, being the returning officer for the nomination of presidential candidates, declare Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert a duly nominated candidate in respect of the presidential elections 2026, he having fulfilled the nomination requirements under the Presidential Elections Act, Chapter 179, Laws of Uganda. You are now a candidate. Congratulations. Right. You are required to append or affix your signature or that of your agent on this paper to confirm that indeed you have attended. So please, your agent or yourself, whichever. How sure? You have lost. Okay. Candidate Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert, as a duly nominated candidate, you are required to observe the following. 1, you are to appoint an official agent who will coordinate your campaign meetings and media program, and also attend meetings on your behalf where necessary. Secondly, you are to avail the Commission with a schedule of your campaign meetings and media program as soon as practicable, so as to facilitate the smooth harmonization of all the candidates' campaign programs countrywide before you embark on your campaign schedule, which officially begins on 29th of September. You are also to sign a memorandum of understanding with the Electoral Commission on compliance with the harmonized campaign program, timelines, and guidelines. Although the campaigns kick off on 29th, however, you are at liberty today to meet your supporters, since we could not allow them, all of them in here, at a designated place, either to roll out your manifesto or greet your supporters. You are at liberty to do that. The Commission is also required, upon nomination, to avail you a soft copy of the voters register, the National Voters Register, and we have this soft copy here. I ask your agent to come and pick it. Yeah. No. Furthermore, under Section 23 of the Presidential Elections Act, the Commission is required to ensure that the relevant organs of the state provide you, during the entire campaign period, your protection, both on the road, on the campaign trail, or not even on the campaign trail, wherever you want to go, and also at home. To that extent, therefore, we are going to hand over to you a security vehicle together with the security personnel who will be guarding you at all times. The vehicle is at our cost. The fuel, the driver, the guards protecting you are all at our cost, even maintenance of the vehicle. Thereafter, we have a media tent. You may want to address the media and talk to the people of Uganda. It is at your will. But for now, can we go and we hand over to you your security vehicle and the security personnel. Thank you very much.
People power.
Please,
People power. Our power. People power. Everywhere. Where you be.
thank you very much. These candidates be led to the
bakozesa byabwe emmotoka gye bagenda okubanga bakozesa eya security. So kakati embeera bwetyo bwetambula wano ku kakiiko k'ebyokulonda. Olabye candidate omukaaga amaze okubanga ate naye ogw'abantu omukaaga bonna koleddwako naye tukyalindira obudde wa 10 ez'akawungeezi. So olw'ekyo asinga tumaliza Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu ye candidate asembeyo okubanga akolebwako wano wetuli ku kitebe ky'akakiiko k'ebyokulonda. Embeera nga bw'ogiraba wuuyo afulumidde ate akolebwako era nga amaze bulungi okubanga asunsulwa n'abamwerekeddeko akulira ababaka omumyuka we owa Central oyo nga ye Muwanga Kivumbi, omumyuka we owa Eastern Region oyo nno nga ye mukulu Nambeshe, alina omukyala asonga ate era alina abalala abamwereddeko bammemba b'ekibiina ab'enjawulo bonna bali wano Swengere naye talutumidde mwana King Saha kwali bulungi nnyo nnyini ddala, Nambasa Shamimu kwali songa ate neyali Ssaabakunzi omukulu Nyanzi naye kwali bulungi nnyo nnyini ddala, Don Sheriff n'abalala bangi nnyo nnyini ddala abawerekeddeko omukulu Robert Ssentamu Kyagulanyi okubanga atuuka wano ku kakiiko k'ebyokulonda ekiriwo kaakati agenda kubanga akwasibwa ekidduka kyera abakulu mu kakiiko k'ebyokulonda nga bakulembeddwa mu Lord Chair omukulu Byabakama abagenda kubanga ate bamukwasa ekidduka kye. Wetwogerera nga batuuse dda era ekidduka kiri wano twakyegese dda amaaso ng'ebyabalawe badde bifaanana, tewali njawulo, ebidduka bye bimu era ennamba y'abagenda okubanga bamuweebwa okukola nabo tegenda kuba yanjawulo. Beebo abantu 16 abagenda okubanga atambula nabo nga aba security. Era Lord Chair ensonga agikwasaganya bulungi, songa ate bwe tumaliriza wano wali okubanga akwasibwa ekidduka kyeko n'abasirikale 16 abagenda okubanga atambula nabo atugenda kubanga ate tugenda asobole okubanga ate ayogerako eri bannamawulire. Embeera bwetyo bwetambula wano wano erweza ku kitebe ky'akakiiko k'ebyokulonda Rweza grounds, era amaka amakulu ag'akakiiko k'ebyokulonda we gagenda okubanga gabeera okutandika n'olunaku olwo bakola ground breaking wano. Jukira ababadde emirimu bagikolera wali mu industrial area 7th Street, wabula bategeezezza nti kakati ensonga zonna nominations abakulembeze ab'eggwanga zikoleddwa wano, asonga ate era n'okubulangirira wano tali center enkulu wegenda okubanga ebeera. Era omukulu oyo omukulu ow'akakiiko k'ebyokulonda ze ategeeza ntakeera nti byonna ebyo tusuubira okubanga bikolebwa nga akalulu katambula, ensonga zonna wano wezigenda okubanga zibeera. Kyova olaba nti ne nominations abakulu wano wennyini we basobodde okubanga baziteeka. Bwe tutyo ate bwe tutambula olwaleero assaawa zino omukulembeze wa National Unity Platform agenda kubanga ayogerako eri aba mawulire wano wennyini ate atubuulire embeera nga bwegenda okubanga etambula. Kikyazaako bw'ava wano, jjukira agenda mu bitundu eby'e Nateete abaamulindiridde dda okubanga ate era ayogerako eri abawagizi be. Bw'atyo Robert Ssentamu Kyagulanyi n'omukyala Babi Kyagulanyi abwe bazze wano okubanga bakolebwako bulungi nnyo nnyini ddala ku kakiiko k'ebyokulonda, era baweereddwa butereevu omulamwa omukulu ogw'okutambulirako wano essaawa eno ye nomination gye tuliko eya kakiiko k'ebyokulonda. Candidate akyasembeyo Robert Ssentamu Kyagulanyi, president wa National Unity Platform amaze okubanga akolebwako. Essaawa eno ekiddako agenda kubanga ate ayogerako eri ab'amawulire butereevu nga tusinziira wano ku kitebe eky'akakiiko ate ak'ebyokulonda erweza. Mbeera yonna eritereere newankubadde nga ekire ky'enkuba kyo kibindabinda, naye embeera era nga bw'ogiraba buli kimu kisobodde okubanga kitambula bulungi nnyo. Abayingidde be bakkiriza okuyingira naye abe bantu 20 era bakkirizibwa buli muntu, era kaakano ssaawa zino agenda kubanga atubuulira enteekateeka ze nga bwe zigenda okubanga zitambula. Tutegeezeddwa Secretary General w'ekibiina embeera bwetyo bwebadde n'ebyo ebirala bye tusuubira bw'atyo naffe katumuwulirize President owa National Unity Platform.
To our former Deputy President Mama Jolly Mugisha, who passed away on the 24th of September last year. Today is exactly 1 year since we lost Mama Jolly. Mama Jolly was always a pillar of strength and courage within us. We strongly believe that today has fallen on this day, not by coincidence. Maybe there's a message that we are getting from the Almighty. Mama Jolly, rest in peace. We shall make you proud. We shall never give up your dreams. Fellow Ugandans, ladies and gentlemen, comrades in the struggle, I am deeply humbled and profoundly honored to accept your nomination to be the next president of the Republic of Uganda for the year 2026 to 2031, not 1926 to 1931. I thank you very much for the trust that you've continued to place in me ever since I offered myself for the first time for the presidential office in 2021. Today, my heart is filled with a deep sense of responsibility to deliver to that trust that you've put in me. Together, we have been everywhere preaching the message of a new Uganda. And today, with this nomination, we start on the final phase of our mission to freedom and true independence. Since our nation was born in 1962, every change of leadership has been written in blood, the blood and sacrifice of the common people of Uganda, the citizens of Uganda, and yet the leaders who always promised liberation have always delivered oppression. For 40 long years, one man and a small group of his relatives and friends have ruled our country on gunpoint. They have looted our nation and turned every institution of government into a tool of oppression. They have reduced the citizens of Uganda into slaves on their own land. They have reduced all of us into beggars, and they've turned our poverty into a tool of control. And yet, our country is not poor. Our country is rich. Our country cannot fall down. Our country will stand firm. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is fertile. Our people are hardworking and enterprising. We are rich in creativity. We are resourceful. We are energetic. We are young, and we are promising. Our country is one of the richest countries on the planet in terms of natural resources. So, my brothers and sisters, our problem is not lack of wealth. Our problem is lack of leadership. Leadership that serves the people instead of terrorizing them and exploiting them. Leadership that seeks to uplift the citizens instead of enslaving them. Sisters and brothers, this is not the first time that we stand before you with a dream of a new Uganda. We first made our attempt 5 years ago in 2021. Hundreds of our brothers and sisters were tortured. Many of them were arrested, and they're still in prison as we speak right now. Many were killed, and many are missing to the present day. And yet, we refuse to give up. I know that many of you are now asking, why then do we go to the polls? Why do we risk the tear gas, the bullets, the prisons, the torture chambers, the death, and all the mess that is awaiting us? My answer to you is this: we risk it all because the alternative is giving up, and that is 10 times worse. If we give up now, we shall have no moral authority to complain about what happens next. If we surrender now, that means that the fighting spirit of Rita Nabukenya, of Frank Senteza, of Yasin Kauma, and many others has been defeated. It means that they died in vain. It means betrayal. Betrayal of the comrades who are to us. We must keep moving forward. Even if somebody tells you that our chance to freedom is only 1%, let us take that chance and fight. We have always been telling you about the protest vote, and today, let me use this opportunity to break it down in more detail. We have voted before. We have won elections before, and we have been rigged before. But the election this time is no usual election, brothers and sisters. We are going into this election as a way of protesting against the injustice that has been election, brothers and sisters. We are going into this election as a way of protesting against the injustice that has been occasioned to us for the last 40 years. We are protesting, and the protest begins now. We must use this election season to rally the people of Uganda, to express their anger and to express their hope at the ballot box. We are going to use this election to protest legally. We are going to use this election to protest constitutionally. And we are going to use this election to protest non-violently. We must mobilize the people of Uganda to come out and vote in very, very large numbers. Numbers too big to rig. We must lay different strategies and make different plans to ensure that we, the people of Uganda, get our freedom in this season. Now, to our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, you, brothers and sisters, the Ugandans in the diaspora, you send so much money. You send more than $2 billion back to Uganda every year. In real sense, you are the biggest investors in Uganda. We know that many of you even fear to come back home because you know what happens to those that return home. Many of you don't risk the brutality. We know that Ugandans like Sam Mugumya, who returned from a Congolese prison, was abducted weeks ago, and up to now he's missing. Nobody knows where Sam Mugumya is. We know Robert Kayingo Luja, a lawyer who was recently abducted from the airport, kept incommunicado for a month before being forced back in exile without even stepping foot in his house. The examples are many, ladies and gentlemen, but I tell you, my friends, we are fighting so that you can return to your home, to your families, to freedom and dignity. We are fighting so that you are received with roses and not handcuffs. We fight so that Uganda can give your children the chances and opportunities that you never got. That is why we fight. Now to General Museveni. I know you don't like listening to young people or even listening to anybody at all, but at least listen to your friend and Bush war comrade, General Kainda Otafire. I want you to remember that Uganda was here before you, and Uganda will be here long after you are gone. You don't have to burn it down on your way out. The best guarantee for your legacy, for your security, and for what you and your people have earned in the last 40 years is to allow a peaceful, orderly, and democratic transition of power. That opportunity is available because we are not vengeful people. We still believe in peace. We still believe in justice. And yes, we believe in reconciliation. All we want is a free and fair election. No military violence, no police brutality. That is not too much to ask for. Let this election not be a military operation. Let this be a democratic election. That should not be too much to ask for. You are aware that for the last 5 years, your regime has done everything to break our spirits. His son, who is also head of our military, promising to kill our people in order to guarantee 80% of the vote to his father. He also said that during these presidential campaigns, we will be forcefully guarded by his private militia, the SFC. The same SFC which is responsible for abducting and torturing our supporters. So as we go for this campaign, it's like walking into the shadow of the valley of death. But I say to you, comrades, fear no evil, because the Lord Almighty is with us. I say to you, brothers and sisters, that we shall walk but not get tired. We shall suffer, but we shall not die. It will be painful, but we shall win in the end. We shall reach in a new Uganda. We have no doubt about that. We shall reach in a Uganda where you will move in town and not see guns on the streets. In a Uganda where security will be protecting the citizens and not terrorizing them. A Uganda where teachers, soldiers, health workers, and other workers are paid promptly and adequately. Where farmers earn fair income from their produce. Where traders are not suffocating under exploitative tax regimes. That is a new Uganda that we dream of. That is a new Uganda that we shall definitely get to. A Uganda where citizens can demonstrate on the streets about injustice, and the response of the government will be to listen to them and not to shoot them dead. A Uganda where jobs are not for the connected few, but for all those who qualify and are willing to work. Thank you. In the coming days, ladies and gentlemen, we shall unveil our manifesto, and we shall go ahead to paint a clear picture of that new Uganda that we dream of, that new Uganda that we believe. But ultimately, about leadership, that will be a Uganda where leaders will be serving the people and not the other way around. I tell you, my friends, that Uganda is possible in our lifetime. And with your courage, with our sacrifice, and with the grace of God, we shall reach that new Uganda. Now, as the National Unity Platform, even with the little resources that we had for the last 4.5 years, we have already demonstrated that we are able to use less and achieve more. We have managed to acquire the biggest political party headquarters in Uganda. We have launched the first school of leadership, and we have gone ahead to groom leaders at no cost to them. Leaders that will uphold our values and offer leadership to the next generation after we retire. We have supported families of political prisoners and missing comrades. We have refused to be compromised. We have held onto our principles even when it has come at great personal cost. We have pursued and secured sanctions against those who steal from our people and against those who oppress our people. We have kept the struggle alive, and we are growing even stronger. Now, to the international community, Uganda's freedom is not only for Ugandans. Uganda's freedom is for everybody. If Ugandans are safe, if Ugandans are not safe, neither are our neighbors, nor the international dwellers or the international community that always receives us when we go seeking for asylum. Please stand with us as we stand for democracy and human rights. Now, to our senior comrade, Dr. Kizza Besigye, to our brothers Alex Wise wa Mufumbiro, Comrade Bobby Young, Eddie Mutwe, Achireo Chivumbi, Machete, Gaddafi, and all other political prisoners. We honor you, we think about you, we pray for you, and we are fighting for you. To your families and every Ugandan that has been affected in this struggle, please don't lose hope. Your suffering will never go in vain. Now finally, to the comrades that I will be moving with on this campaign trail, the foot soldiers, the ordinary citizens of Uganda who have nothing else to offer to their country but their selves, their bodies. First of all, I thank you, brothers and sisters. We have stood together through the tear gas, through the bullets, through the beatings, through the abductions, through the courts, through the prison walls, and through the funerals. You have been my shield. You have been my eyes. You have been my courage. You have been my strength. You have been my friends, my true friends. Today, as we go into what is likely to be an even more violent campaign, I will be relying on you, my friends. We are embarking on a long walk to freedom. Whatever lies ahead of us is going to test everything that we are and everything that we stand for. But I guarantee you, brothers and sisters, freedom will come at the end of the day. Because after all, freedom never comes easy. Our grandparents shed blood for the independence of this country 62 years ago. Our parents shed blood for what they believed was a liberation 40 years ago. Our comrades in this very generation are in prison for this very struggle. They've shed blood for this struggle. Many of them are missing and they don't even have graves for this struggle. Let us carry them in our hearts. Let us carry them in our minds. Let us do this in their name. Brothers and sisters, the same courage and discipline that has kept us going since 2017 should be the same courage and discipline to carry us through this campaign. Your duty in this campaign, I must remind you, will not be to protect me. Yes, your duty in this campaign is not to protect me. It is to protect yourselves. It is to protect each other. It is to protect those ordinary people that come to support us on our rallies. I request you to be vigilant in every village that we shall enter and on every rally that we go to. Please be very solid and be very sober. Please be very calm and be very disciplined. Hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Be careful, but don't show fear, because this regime wants us to be fearful. My brothers and sisters, I want you to understand what we are fighting for. We are fighting for a better Uganda. We are fighting for the farmers, for the border riders, for the young graduates who have no jobs. We are fighting for the ghetto people, those ghetto youth whose future is being stolen away in exchange for a few shillings. We are fighting for the ordinary children whose future is empty and we want to give meaning to. We are fighting for those police officers who are ordered to brutalize you because you are fighting for their children's future, and afterwards they have to return to their uniport, to an empty house, to children with no school fees, and to a family with no health insurance. Please don't look at them as your enemies, because they are not your enemies. They are victims too. They also wish that things can change someday. Brothers and sisters, if we succeed, this country will be free and things will change forever. It will never be the same again. Unfortunately, if we don't succeed, nobody will ever believe that we did our best. That will mean that we are condemning our children, those that are born and those that are unborn, to slavery. And that is not what we should be doing. Therefore, brothers and sisters, failure is not an option. We must get our freedom, or at least die trying to get our freedom. I don't know how much danger is awaiting us on this campaign. We must get our freedom, or at least die trying to get our freedom. I don't know how much danger is awaiting us on this campaign trail, but I know that we are going to keep moving with hope and faith. We are carrying the hope of our entire generation, a hope of millions and millions of Ugandans. Brothers and sisters, I want you to understand that this that we are carrying on our shoulders is a historical responsibility.
Create cinematic sound design.
But a war that has been imposed on us by our oppressors. We are facing an enemy that is armed to the teeth, and we are facing the enemy barehanded, only armed with the truth and God. We are fighting this because it is a duty that we must take on. We are fighting for our God-given right to live as human beings in our own country. We will never retire. We will never give up. We will fight until we are free, and I'm sure we shall be free in the end. This is not a matter of when, but it's not a matter of if. This is a matter of when, and we know that we are going to achieve our freedom. Brothers and sisters, I want to conclude by guaranteeing to you that are here with us and all Ugandans all over the world that in the end we shall be free. In the end, everything is going to be all right. And if everything is not all right yet, then that will not be the end. Thank you very much for God and my country.
Thank you, candidates, for that address. Now, members of the press, the candidates team has said that it's going to do the version in Luganda at Natete and also answer the questions there. So given the environment, I don't know unless the candidate chooses, so that is the guidance from his team. Thank you very much. So let us wait for that advice, but that's what the team had presented. Thank you.
I don't think we have time. Apologies because of the weather and because of the time constraint. We request that we proceed to Natete to address our rally and maximize our time, and maybe we'll answer questions from there or another opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, candidate protocol team. I know the weather is a challenge, but let's manage the candidate and his entourage. Please, protocol team, protect my microphone at the main podium. And let us usher the
finished address.